Good morning from beautiful northern Wyoming. It's the start of a new hawking season. Time to start getting birds back in shape. I'm going to do a series of compilation videos that are all the conditioning flights just kind of lumped into one video because they're kind of brief flights, not a whole lot exciting going on. So I'll put them together. You can kind of see a progression of how they're getting more fit as days go by and so forth. I'm going to do a separate one for Clyde, my jerkin, and my Cosmo, my Prairie Falcon. And I'll start off with just a quick credence flight with Cosmo. This one's going to be Cosmo's. I'll put a link to in the description to what I'm doing for Clyde. He's been flying for a few days already now. And Cosmo's just going to start with a quick credence flight just to make sure her head's in order. I typically do that with birds coming out of their first molt because you really don't know what to expect yet because you not brought them out of a molt before. Birds that are intermewed more like Clyde, he's 11 years old. I just get their weight right and I can tell when their head's right and just take them out and start flying them. Keep it pretty simple for the first flight just to get the routine back, but don't bother with the credence. Anyway, do that with her and then progress on to tossing her some of my homing pigeons and using the lure to get her back in shape and get her ready to start hawking because it's time. It's a nice cool morning. It's like 38 degrees here. That's one of the things we're blessed with in northern Wyoming. And first thing in the morning, even if it's going to be 80 or 90 during the day, it's nice and cool in the morning. It's usually 40s or 50s and sometimes even 30s like this morning. But anyway, I can do a nice open place up here and get out and have at it. Well, we're just going to do a quick credence flight with Cosmo. Make sure her head's in the right place. She sure acts hungry enough, but birds coming out of their first molt, you never quite know where they're at. So I like to make sure after that I don't bother with grances anymore. Hey! Okay, well, her head's in order. No, girlfriend. And two mantles like she always has, but she came quick. So I think we're ready for some conditioning flights. I got to work tomorrow, unfortunately, but the next day I'll take her out and start tossing her some pigeons. Yesterday I did a quick credence flight with her just to make sure her head was in order. But today we're going to start the real stuff. Tracing some pigeons and stooping the lure a bit. We'll see what kind of conditions she's got. Probably not much. Most birds come out of the molt a little weak, some weaker than others. Seems like females come out weaker than males for some reason. Let's go. Oh, that pigeon's not flying well. Something's wrong with it. She's not got the strength to chase it very hard anyway. Hey! Come on! Oh yeah, we're just gonna do the lure. Hey! 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 Trying to get her before she landed. Get a little farther away and get her going again, and then just stoop her to the lure. Yeah, real butterfly, slow flying. Oh, get her in shape. Hey! 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 Come on! Come on! Yep! Come on! Yep! Come on! I think I'm gonna have to call it quits already. Get her a little more cardio workout there. Some birds will fly harder even though they're tired than others, just like some humans will work harder even once they're tired. Some, if they're a little bit tired, just kind of quit. It's like, oh, I'm tired. So I was not real impressed with how hard she flew, even though she's, you know, incredibly out of shape. But we'll get there. Come here. Let's go, girl. Yeah, she's not going to do much with the pigeons today. Not surprising. Hey! 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 When she's headed for a perch, she gets tunnel vision. Won't look away. I figured this would mostly be just a lure session anyway, but not bad to try the pigeons first and show them to her. Yeah, it's definitely out of shape. Hey! Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring her weight up some too. She definitely acts over hungry. And this is weakness from being thin more than weakness from being out of shape. I can tell because her beak isn't hanging open. It's real butterfly-like. It's always tough with a bird coming out of their first molt because you got no idea what weight to put them at. You don't have a history for that because it's not exactly relevant to what you flew them at last year. I mean, there's some relevance, but it's definitely going to be something different. Hey! Yeah. A little bit of lift. Up. Woo! Starting to drift a little. Woo! Come on! Come over and landed here somewhere. I could tell her. Didn't see her land, but I could tell the way she was flying. She was running out of gas. There she is. Hey! Come on! Having troubles making the hill because she's weak. Come on! Come on! Yep! She's one of those birds that doesn't just push herself. She's got to be feeling good to go. She gets a little bit tired, she quits. But she's a second-year bird, equivalent of a teenager, so that fits. Hey! I gotta work tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to skip her, so it'd be nice to give her a bit of a workout. If she'll oblige me. Come on, yep! We'll take what she gives us. She has flown quite a bit more than she did yesterday, so give her some more cardio here. There you go. Come on, up, up. Don't want her to develop that habit of going back and landing on the truck. She started that these first few flights because she's just out of shape. And flabby muscles makes for a lazy bird, some more so than others. I think next time I fly her, I'll have a pigeon ready as soon as I cast her off, toss one just to get her going and get her out of that habit. She landed over there. She's flown in the rain before, but not very often. And it's only just lightly raining. There she comes. She's not going to chase him very hard yet. I'm just going to stoop her to the lure and, hey! Get some conditioning on her. Hey! Woo! Come on! I'm like pulling teeth to keep this bird in the air. Gotta get some muscle on her. Hey! Up! Can't get muscle on her unless she flies. Hey! Hey! Come on! It's already getting tired enough she's quitting, which doesn't take a lot with her. Come on, yep. She's really being lazy today. I think I can stand to bring her weight up some too. That'll help. Okay, well, she only covered 4,500 feet total distance, not even a mile. She's flying kind of lethargic, lazy, acts like she might be a little too light, not just out of shape. And that's not real surprising. During the molt, I freelocked my birds and just put food in through a food chute, and they get a bit wild. And I just reduced her ration coming out of the molt a little bit each day until she would come to me in the chambers. And it took a bit, and I expected that because she was pretty wild, and it's her first time ever doing it. And so I think she ended up getting lighter than she needed. Well, not lighter than she needed to, as light as she needed to come out, but lighter than I needed to for flying and whatnot. And she's lighter than she was last year when I flew her as well. So I think I can bring her weight up pretty safely. I'll start inching it up a little bit here. When she came out lighter, I didn't drop her anymore, just manned her for a few days and got her out flying. But I didn't want to bring it up right away. I figured she's there, let's start there, just to be safe. But I definitely can inch her up some because she should be flying a little bit stronger than that. I mean, granted, it's only, I think, 3 flights now. But she's real wanting to land all the time, and barely wants to stay in the air, and seems like she doesn't have a lot of pep. So yeah, just put some weight on her and she'll be good. But kind of a rainy day today. I definitely wanted to get her flown though, because I didn't fly her yesterday because I had to work, and then tomorrow and the next day, both days I have to work. I'm not gonna be able to fly her at all, so I didn't want to miss 4 days straight. So I'll get her back on the wing in a few days, and hopefully a little bit more weight, she'll have a little more energy and do a little bit better, and work on continuing to get her back in shape. But anyway, until then. She's not gonna land good. I thought she was gonna come around and land on the truck, but she's not. I've got her weight up a little bit. She's definitely showing a little more pep. She's a little wide. She didn't chase that one at first. She's chasing it now, but no, she gave up. Not real focused on me. Acting a little bit fat. Just a tiny bit of weight gain, but she's flying nice. Now she's a little more focused. Yeah, I think we'll go to the lure now before she gets tired and lands. Come on, up! She's slow now, but that's tired. It's definitely a better weight for her. Hey! Hey! I couldn't fly her the last 3 days because I had to work, unfortunately. And I'm not going to be able to fly her again tomorrow. Hey! Hey! For the same reason. But then I'll be able to get back at it. Yeah, push her the hair too long. Come on! Yep! Come on! Okay, so she covered 1.4 miles. That's more than she had done before, I think. And she was a top pitch of 61 feet. She was never that high, obviously, but she was waiting on and stayed in the air for the most part. pushed her a little bit too long and she landed, but that's okay. No serious harm there. She's definitely feeling peppier than she was. I raised her up 3/10 of an ounce. That's about 10 grams for those of you that use grams. And that seems to have made a difference in her energy levels. So I'll keep her at that weight for a little bit. Obviously it'll have to go up as she starts muscling up, but don't want to go up too quick. But I'll keep her at that for another session or two and see how she does. But anyway, until tomorrow, we'll have back at her. Okay, they're just one of covey of Huns, and they landed right up there, I think. She's not really ready for Huns, but I think we'll go up here, take some pigeons, and let the dogs out while I'm running her. This isn't the great upslope wind spot I was looking for this morning. There's a spot over here, but there's almost no wind, so that's kind of irrelevant. I think we'll just get right up here and have at it. Sort of hunting, sort of flying, conditioning on pigeons. Kind of a combination. And we might not even find the Huns. I didn't actually see them land. They looked like they were landing, so there's a reasonable chance they continued on farther. But when you're just going to fly pigeons anyway, what's the difference? Since I didn't work the last few days, I didn't fly her. I was guessing, you know, on how much to feed her as always, and I guessed a little light. So she's a little lighter than I intended for her today. Hopefully she's got some good energy. Feed her a little bit bigger meal today and bump her weight up a tad. Looks like she's got decent energy so far. Get up here about where those Huns would have landed if they did. Let's see where Astro is. Okay, he's right up over here and not moving. He might be on point. She's losing her energy pretty quick. Oh, now he's moving. She's going back up a little. It's over here is more where I thought I saw him go. Find him! And she's been pushing her a little too long. She's getting bored waiting for pigeons or game. Come on, Astro. Over here. Those Huns must have went farther. She goes up decent and then buzzes back over me low. Hey! Yeah, she's thinking about quitting. Well, she's definitely got more pep than she had. More endurance, not just wanting to land all the time. But I don't want to push her too far, so I think I'll give it to her here. Okay, let's see. She covered 2.3 miles. That's a far cry from what she's covered so far in her other flights. And I can't even remember how many days she's actually been on the wing. It's been close to 2 weeks total that I've been flying her, but I had to miss so many days because of work. It's been, you know, probably 7 or 8 or something like that. Obviously, it'll be obvious on the video when you guys watch this. But the way she was getting height, staying on the wing was good, but getting height and then losing it and getting height and losing it, and still not super high, but she's, I think, good enough now for a ducks on a small pond. Small ducks, you know, easy situation on a small pond. So I think I'm going to quit with just intentional pigeon flights. I'll take pigeons with me just in case I don't find slips, but it usually isn't a problem with ducks for around here this time of year. So I think I'll move on to ducks with her and you know, finish getting her in shape there. Obviously, whenever she doesn't kill, which I do with pretty much all my birds, I call them back into the lure. I stoop them hard to the lure, give them some added exercise. It also makes the lure not the easy button. You know, some birds will do a half-hearted attempt on game, knowing that the lure is easier, and they just come back, plop on the lure, easy done. For my birds, the lure is always one of the toughest things they catch. They it's always a guaranteed catch. Obviously, you can't get around that and still get your bird back. But it's always difficult for them, and they work hard for it. So it does a couple of things. It makes them try harder on game, because that's the easier thing. And it also gets them in better and better condition. And also with young birds in particular, it helps build their maneuverability and their pure flying skills. You know, flying isn't just circling and stooping. There's, you know, dodging, twisting, turning, all that kind of stuff. Those skills that they need to develop, and that can be developed on the lure quite well. But anyway, I'm gonna quit with the conditioning flights, where that's, you know, my only goal for the day, and move on to start hawking with her. And I've been hawking Clyde now for a while. You can see a few of his videos. He's caught some ducks, doing well. So anyway, it's gonna get exciting now. Start hunting. Conditioning's done, and thank you for watching.